last week was our first official week in the market with the new president. How you feel so far about it?
I feel good about it. The week in the market for me, on a personal note, was pretty much sideways. I didn't have any gains. I didn't have any losses. I ended up the same as I did last week, and that's okay. I don't have a problem with trading sideways, but I really am thinking about making some super aggressive plays, and we'll talk about that here. Hey man, it's your boy Young Equity Devin. Go ahead and smash that like button, smash that subscribe button right now. Let's get it. How was your week?
Overall, it was good. I was up a few percentage points in the market this week, so a lot of my plays are starting to pan out. I'm really only down right now in FedEx and Tattoo Chef.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I was down. I had FinTech, FT, and I took a loss on that one. That was probably my first big loss that I've taken since trading in the market since 2017. Lost
yeah.
about $300, $400, but it's all good. I didn't want to hold the bag and wait. I feel like I can get in and hop into something else and make those gains back. So that's what I'm gonna do next.
In FinTech, that's a blockchain stock, right?
Yeah, Chinese blockchain stock, financial technology. It just, people were saying that it was correlated to the Bitcoin and what's going on Coinbase and some of those other platforms, but it wasn't because Bitcoin skyrocketed and fintech did not. So I went ahead and I sold that one. But another play I would get into is Riot, ticker symbol RIOT. If you're into Chinese blockchain or fintech,
Okay.
I'm staying away though.
I'll see what's up with it. I might look at it. I'll
Yeah.
see. I have to check out the charts. But so there were some big movers in the market this week. GameStop, man, that one's kind of near and dear to your heart, right?
Yeah, man. I was at LT Info with a couple, and we were hanging out, and we were talking about stocks, and it's just one of my favorite topics to talk about. And this guy, my friend's boyfriend, he was talking about GME, and I was like, "What is that?" I had no idea, and then I looked it up. It was GameStop. I'm like, okay, GameStop was trading around $18, $19 at the time. We're sitting at this table eating some quesadillas,
Okay.
and I was like, man, there's no way that I'm gonna buy any stock in GameStop. Like,
Yeah.
for what? I'm thinking that they're on the way out, like Blockbuster. Not really doing my research on what's going on with the news, and he sends me this article that's on Reddit and all these different things. I would stay away from all those platforms if you can, because it's really toxic. But so I'm looking at it. I'm like, man, I'm gonna pass on that. GameStop is what? It's trading at $61 this past week. $61. I would have doubled up, tripled my
Yeah.
money if I would have invested.
How long ago was it?
That was around Christmas time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
about
Around Christmas. Ooh. Yeah, bro.
it was 18, 19, right?
Yep, 18, 19.
18, $19, man. So, I'm always looking at plays that I missed. Plug Power was one that Chris hopped into. I hopped in. I sold it like within a week.
Yeah.
And we got to kind of stop doing that. We got to trust our guts.
I think the best thing you can do is just organize your portfolio. Say, I want to spend X amount of dollars swing trading. I want to spend X amount of dollars, I guess, day trading if you do that.
Yeah.
And then I need some money for longs. And then there's also some, what I call, short term longs and long longs.
Yeah.
So, like a long for me is like Broadcom. I don't plan to ever sell that. Plug for me is actually a short long. I'm going to see how the stock behaves over time. But at this point, the stock is at $65. If it ever hits 50, I'm out. But I think it's going to go to 100. Once it goes to 100, I'm going to have to make a decision. If there's like a lot of companies similar to Renault, investing in them for them to build out their charging capabilities to compete with Tesla, then I'm going to hold it long because I know, Mercedes just has a new EV coming out.
Oh, wow.
It looks pretty cool. I'll drop a picture right here. And what I'm thinking is Tesla's far ahead with the charging. So companies are gonna be like, we don't have the time like they did. They've been building out their charging stations since around 2012 or before.
Right.
That's close to over 10 years. We don't have that time. So who has the know-how? Who has the supply chain to support that? And I think a company like Plug Power, if they can prove to do well for Renault, is going to be one of the key players in that.
Yeah, I agree, man. And then also, Tesla has that solar power energy, so they're going to probably start incorporating that in their cars, and that could also be a move for Tesla and plug power plays like that. What else happened in the market for you?
Um, there's a stock I just invested in again, a gamer stock. I talked about it
Oh yeah,
in another video. Corsair, and I'm already up 8%, so I'm optimistic. But that's a short play. That's a swing play. Once it hits about $40, I'm out.
okay. So yeah, guys, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna consolidate my portfolio. I'm gonna get out of American Airlines. It's just moving a little too slow for me. Plus, they have earnings coming up, and I feel like if typically around earnings, stocks have a pullback or they tank somewhere around 10 to 20%. So I'm gonna hop out of that, and I'm gonna increase my buying power. I'm also gonna hop out of. It was another play that I have, Fuel Tech. I'm gonna hop out of Fuel Tech, and I'm gonna consolidate my portfolio. I'm gonna have APXT. I'm gonna have BNGO.
Okay.
I'm gonna have GEVO, and I'm going to have Fuel Cell. Fuel Cell had a pretty decent earnings report. They missed their earnings, but people are thinking that this play is still going to climb to about $30. So I'm going to hold on to that, and I'm just trying to consolidate my portfolio very aggressively to 4 home run plays. And a home run is 50% and up. I'm already 80% and up on BNGO. I think it could, go to $15. I'm in at 5.5, so I think we could do another double up here.
Yes, sir. And something I recommend too for my short term sellers. If you have a play and it reaches your mark, I say keep at least one share so you can track it and see how far it pulls back because it could pull back so far back that you can do what's called a rinse and repeat, where you've bought it, sold to make profits, and then come back and do it again.
Right.
Because if you put it in your watch list, likely you'll forget about it and be so focused on where your money is. So what I do with a lot of plays that I've took my profits on, I keep at least one share. Now, if you have a bigger, portfolio, more money to play with, buy 125 shares, sell 100, keep 25. Got that from Chris saying. I think that's a great idea. But I say just at least one share so you can track the stock, see how it's doing, see how it's moving, and it can be at the top of mind.
Yes, sir. No, I definitely agree with that. It's just whatever your strategy is, execute that strategy. If you feel like you're going outside of your comfort zone, revert back to your principles. If I have a loss of 20%, I'm going to revert back to my principles. I'm going to go back to what I've learned. Check for the beta, check for the expense ratio, check for, the different charts. How much money is this company making? What's their market cap? What do they actually provide? What is their service? Just do a little bit more research, and YouTube is also a great friend.
Yep.
You know, reach out to your finance buddies if you have them, and start from scratch again. A loss is a loss. It's okay.
Can they inbox you if they have any questions?
Yes, you can, but I'm not an expert.
Okay, so that's on Instagram at Young Equity Devin.
Let's
Give
get
him a
it.
shout.
Yourself, but no one else. Be yourself.